Jim Carrey's favorite movie came out in 1976 and maintains a certified fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes, and its tone is far from what you would expect. Carrey is best known for his slapstick, physical comedy, but don't let that fool you. The actor is an artist at heart, and though he is best known for over-the-top characters like Ace Ventura, Lloyd Christmas, Ernie, Chip, Douglas, and more, he's pulled out some stunning dramatic roles as well. His performances have balanced comedy with intellectual drama, and his #1 favorite film reflects this back perfectly. Carrey's acting career began in the 1980s, but it wasn't until 1994's Ace Ventura, Pet Detective that he really broke big. This movie perfectly demonstrated the actor's unique brand of comedy. No one did it quite like him, and further slapstick hits quickly followed. 1994 came with similar movies like The Mask and Dumb and Dumber, and the remainder of the decade brought The Cable Guy and Liar Liar. However, while silliness got Carrey through the door, he has since revealed that his tastes go far beyond this. The actor has been open about his views on the industry, and this is reflected in his top movie pick, Network. Network is Jim Carrey's favorite movie of all time. Jim Carrey called the 1976 movie a smorgasbord. There have been a few times in which Carrey discussed his favorite movie of all time, and his answer has remained constant. In a 2017 interview with comedian Norm Macdonald, Carrey said his favorite movie is the 1976 Academy Award winner, Network. Every scene in that movie is a smorgasbord, he said. Later, in his 2020 book Memoirs and Misinformation, a novel, Carrey repeated his claim, writing that Network is a prophecy of what happened in the last 50 years, going on to call the movie phenomenal. Network is directed by Sidney Lumet and written by Paddy Chayefsky. It stars Faye Dunaway, William Holden, Peter Finch, and Robert Duvall, all of whom Carrey says scores in every scene. The 1976 film is a satirical black comedy drama that mixes profound intellectual concepts with a sort of nihilistic humor. When looking at Carrey's own reflections on Hollywood, as well as some of his dramatic roles, this makes a great deal of sense. Network is a satirical take on the television business and media as a whole. Anything for the ratings. Network, 1976, directed by Sidney Lumet. Network follows a character named Howard Beale, a longtime anchor on the floundering UBS Evening News. When low ratings threaten to tank the network show in a matter of weeks, Beale announces on air that he will kill himself on the following Tuesday's broadcast. Ironically, this turns out to be the spark that ultimately leads to peak ratings. The titular network established The Howard Beale Show, which saw its host scream that life is bullsh*t, while encouraging his audience to scream, "We're mad as hell, and we're not going to take this anymore." The idea of Network is to dissect the continuous sensationalization in television and media. For the sake of ratings, UBS became willing to put anything on the screen. Beale himself became a victim of this, as his ramblings slowly became no longer enough. Of course, the satire angle allows Network to become increasingly ridiculous as it progresses. However, as the comedy became more outrageous, the uncomfortable truth that the 1976 movie aimed to expose became all the more poignant. Network is one of the most important movies of its era. Jim Carrey certainly picked a good one. Network 1976 movie Howard Beale rant in Newsroom. Network was a massive success when it was released in 1976. It received 10 nominations at the 49th Academy Awards and won 4. Finch posthumously claimed the Oscar for Best Actor, while Dunaway took the award for Best Actress. Network also earned Beatrice Straight the award for Best Supporting Actress and Chayefsky the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. The success of Carrey's favorite movie only continued from there. In 2000, the Library of Congress selected Network for preservation in the National Film Registry for its cultural and historical significance. In 2005, the Writers Guild of America voted Network's screenplay one of the 10 greatest of all time, just before the American Film Institute chose it as one of the 100 greatest American films. Today, Network holds a 91% critic score and 93% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, one of those rare instances when critics, general audiences, and, yes, Jim Carrey, actually agree.